forgive me for asking this, but I have been led to believe that you and Anthony, back in the old days of ECW, were two guys who could get you anything you needed, sort of thing.
Anything.
Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. You want something, we'll have it for you. I mean, we noticed that the first time he went to work for Vince. He's sitting at a table, there's a line of guys and they're all getting steroids,
Hmm.
right there in front of us. We're like, what the hell? And they're banging these guys hard, man, hitting them with a lot of money. And I remember back in the day, Ron Simmons came up to us and, introduced himself. And we were like, nice to meet you. And because everybody came up to us because we were going to go work for Vince. I mean, like I said, Vince wanted us. And like I said, they were like, he's pounding us for steroids. And we're like, shit, dude, I'll bring you a fucking, next time we come up, we came up with a case, a luggage bag full of juice. And we just sold it to all the guys.
Hmm.
So we did.
So basically, when you were in the WWF, we were thinking, damn, the Doctor's making more than half the wrestlers here.
Yeah. It was like they knew they were getting paid well. Vince was paying everybody good back then in the 80s. That's when Hulk Hogan was there and making millions. I met him when I was 18 years old, Hulk Hogan. He brought me on his he had a bus, and he was like, you could have this. He wasn't a dick at all. He was very nice to me, man. He was cool. He heard of us. I introduced myself. He goes, Pitbulls, I heard of you guys. A lot of older guys talking about you guys. You're the next coming thing, and I'm like, I don't know. I said, I hope so, But I was like, I want a bus, man. He goes, you can get a bus. You never know. But he instead of burying you and say, hit the road, kid, you ain't shit. No, he stopped what he was doing and said, come on, man, come with me, and he's got jeans, cowboy boots, cut off sleeve shirt. I mean, he was a monster then. That's how big. When I looked at him, I couldn't believe it. I said, holy shit, that's Hulk Hogan. He's big.
So a brief period, you hooking Hulk Hogan up then?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did the law catch up with you then? Because this was in the ECW days, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had gotten in trouble because I happened to have like an LB, a pound of weed in my basement, which was junk crap. I just had it sitting there, and somebody called me up. A friend of mine from he was out of town. I was in Philadelphia getting a tattoo at the time, and he called me up and said, "Oh, can I get that?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't even want it. You can have it. What I mean? I'll give it to you. Give me a couple $100." And that's what I did. And wouldn't you know it, 2 years. It took 2 years for them to get a judge for them to come and get us. That's how stupid it was.
Right.
It was ridiculous. I mean, when I got arrested, I was like, I don't even know what I'm in here for. I had no idea. Then my lawyer said, something you did in 1996. And I'm like, what? That's 2 years ago. What are you talking about? Like, I didn't understand. It was a joke, but they made it federal, which put us in a level 12, which still is bullshit. I mean, the most they could have did was give us 18 months in jail, and they weren't going to do that. So they gave us probation. And if anything, that kept us good for 3 years. We had to be on our toes for 3 years. But, in the meantime, as well as I do, look at all these guys that work for Vince. There's guys that rob Burger Kings. There's guys that rob cruise ships. There's guys that robbed fast food places, burglaries. I mean, what we did was a slap on the wrist. But everybody tried to make it sound like it was so devastating, and we were like kingpins and this shit. It's not the truth. It was all bullshit, man. It was all bullshit. It was just because we were on TV, and maybe I banged some cop's wife and didn't know it, and the cop found out, and he was from New Jersey, and he was trying to get us in trouble. That's the only thing I can think of.